Hi there, boxing fans. Chris Chapman here for another installment of Matthias on Boxing. Hit like, hit subscribe, get the conversation started in the comments, and a big thank you to all our subscribers, commenters, and viewers. Obviously, with all things boxing, there's always intrigue not only in the ring with the contest itself, but with what's going on outside the ring. And this is another contest which pits Matchroom against Queensbury, Eddie Hearn against Frank Warren, BT against Sky almost. The contest is going to be shown in the UK on BT Sport on April the 24th. The fight, as far as I'm aware, is going to be shown in the US on ESPN. Today we discuss the British and Commonwealth Middleweight Championship. This is a potentially explosive contest and features Denzel Bentley, who won the British Middleweight Championship in superb fashion over Mark Heffron last year, versus Felix Cash, the Commonwealth champion, who has built his 13-0 record on many Matchroom shows. So checking the tail of the tape, starting with the British middleweight champion, Denzel Bentley. He comes into the contest age 26, standing 5'10", with a 72-inch reach. He fights out of the orthodox stance, but did prove against Mark Heffron that he was able to switch hit effectively. He also brings into the contest a record of 14 wins, 12 of those wins by way of KO, and he has one drawn fight, which, as said, was the first contest against Mark Heffron last year. Felix Cash, the Commonwealth Middleweight Champion, comes into the contest having just turned 28 on the 31st of March. He stands 6'1", so is taller than his opponent, Denzel Bentley. He also carries a 72-inch reach, fights out of the orthodox stance, and has an impressive record of 13 wins, no defeats, 9 of those wins coming by way of KO. Since having the pleasure of speaking to you people and doing these videos for Matthias on Boxing, this is one of the most intriguing and difficult contests for me to call. It's got two fighters with similar ages, similar heights, similar reaches, both fighting out of the orthodox stance, and both really looking to take the next step in their careers. It's a prime example of a crossroads fight, and I think the very fact that this is crossing a promotional divide, when Felix Cash possibly had the option to dodge this contest and take a European title fight, I think that speaks volumes for both opponents for getting this done, and it also is good news for the future if we are to see any of those dream Matchroom and Queensbury contests which were mooted sometime last year. I mean, looking at the fighters and looking at the contest itself, if we take Denzel Bentley, he has shown at a certain level that he has power. When he came up against Mark Heffron in their first contest last year, he was seen as a very live underdog, but he had never boxed an opponent of the quality of Heffron before. Don't get me wrong, he boxed out of himself, boxed above his previous levels, and came through that contest to get the draw. But I got to be honest, I scored that 116-112 in favour of Denzel Bentley back in their first contest. He didn't leave the rematch up to the judges and scored a dominating knockout stoppage of Mark Heffron. He showed a lot in that contest. He used his jab effectively. He was able to switch hit. He led Mark Heffron on to the counter right. He was brilliant in that rematch to win the British Middleweight Championship. Felix Cash looked equally impressive in his highest profile victories against Jack Cullen, where he scored a TKO victory, and the same against Jason Welborn in a defence of the Commonwealth Championship at the Matchroom Gardens in August last year. With Jason Welborn, everyone was critical and saying maybe he was past his best, Felix Cash needs to step up. But what we forget about Jason Welborn was he was willing to take one of the lowest purses I have ever seen for a world championship contest and grab the opportunity with both hands and give Jarrett Hurd nightmares. That's a former light middleweight world champion there, and Jason Welborn gave him nightmares for as long as that contest was able to last. So Felix Cash has built an impressive record of 13-0, and this is what makes it interesting. both of these fighters, similar records, as I've said, putting it all on the line to see who takes the next step in that career. And the fighter I feel will take the next step in their career off the back of this contest, I'm going to go with the home fighter. I'm going to give Big Frankie Warren a little bit of shine here and think one of his prospects are going to come through for him, because by God, they haven't been coming through of late. But yes, I think Denzel Bentley is going to get the victory in this contest. I expect it to be cagey early on. I expect both will open up, and we could possibly see another mini war on here, because Felix Cash is going to need to come forward. Denzel Bentley can get dragged into a war, but he does look effective boxing off the back foot as well. I believe Denzel Bentley will provide the better variation in this contest. While it will be close, I could possibly see a draw being the judge's decision. As we all know, boxing is subjective, but my opinion, I'm going to go Denzel Bentley, split decision points win, to become the Commonwealth Middleweight Champion and to retain his Lonsdale belt, the British Middleweight Championship.